Hello, there are many types of non-verbal reasoning questions. We have discussed two of them before. If you haven't watched it, check out for the links in the description box below. In this video, we will look at the third type named complete the grid. We will look at two examples. So let's go. Number one, this is the first question. First things first, let's understand the layout of the question. As you can see on the left, there is a 4x4 grid here. And the second grid is blank. On the right, you have 5 options A to E. We need to find out which of these options fit exactly in the grid as per the relationship. You can pause the video to try on your own and check your answer. Else, please stick around. Alright, let's find the relationship between these two boxes first. It looks like the image is flipped over along the x-axis. Look like this. It is flipped. The bottom one goes to the top and the top one goes to the bottom. And also we can note that when the image is flipped along the x-axis, even the color is changed. The color is interchanged from black to white or white to black. Alright. So here, when you flip the image along the x-axis, the diamond which is black comes down and it becomes white. Alright, and the floor-like image on the bottom goes to the top here and it becomes black. So this is the concept and this is the relationship between these two images. So with this in mind, when we look at this, the first grid, we can come to the image that should be on the second grid. So the same wise, this should be flipped along the x-axis, right? So the pentagon which is on the top here should go to the bottom. Alright, it should be flipped to the bottom and it should be white in color. So when I look at the options, the pentagon should be on the right side and at the bottom. So it should be only C. So we can rule out the other options. Here the pentagon is on the top, so I can rule out A, and here as well, because it's on the top, I can rule out E. But when I look at B, C and D, only C satisfies this, since the pentagon is at the bottom and the color should be white because already it is black. So when it is flipped, it should be white in color. So I can rule out D as well, since the pentagon is black. The floor, which is white, when it is moved to the top, it becomes black. So this also satisfies. The floor is black. We can rule out option B because the floor is flipped and it is black, but it is not on the right side. It is on the left side. So the answer is C. The second question, number 2. You can pause the video and try on your own with the help of the first question. Okay, let's find the relationship between these two grids. When I look at this grid, here the arrow is turned clockwise. So if I turn the arrow clockwise like this, it changes to this position here. Alright, so if I change the arrow clockwise, it turns like this. So which means here the arrow that is present here, it should be changed to the clockwise direction. So if I change the arrow, it could be like this with the black arrow on top and the triangle at the bottom. Alright, so when I look at the options, which option has the black arrow like this? It can be either A or C or D. So I can safely rule out B and E. So we have options A, C and D still, and we need to find out which goes here. This rod is turned anti-clockwise and color, which is either white or black, is interchanged. Circle here, when it is moved to anti-clockwise, it should be a circle here, alright, and the square should be here. So what about the symbols here? the symbol should be interchanged. So the circle with the cross should have a dot here, okay, and the cross and the circle should go to the square. So the square will have the cross. So this is the rod. So when I look at the options here, it should be a circle with a dot. Can rule out A. So it can be either a circle with a dot and the square with a cross. Here the square is black in color, so we can rule out D as well. So finally the option is C, and C is the answer. Thanks for watching.